welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be creating the opacity mask for the trees and also some flowers and stuff like that. So just to go ahead and get started, go to where the document properties is, and if you don't have this right here popped up, you can always hit Control Shift and D and it will automatically pop up. And then change the background color right here to all the way to black. So I'm just gonna leave it alone at that. And then what you need to do is come right here to where the draw Bezier curves and straight lines thing is. And when you're doing this, also you want to make sure that this first selection on the modes is selected, and just click down on it. And then when you go to click on the second line, don't let go of it. Just click and kind of drag to kind of get the try to get a little bit of a curve going. And then you want to do the exact same thing for this edge right here. And then when you come to right here, also you want to make it connect to each other, that way it automatically fill in. But also you need to make it white too. Then I'm going to select this second option right here, and then just also scroll in a little bit. We'll zoom in. I want to grab these and now these right here ain't open. It's probably because they're just too close to the middle point, so you can kind of click and drag. And these right here is probably going to, yeah, those are right there probably ain't going to spin or mess up or anything. But if you need to kind of change it the same way you got this right here, you can click on this, and it should make sure to select it first, and then you can click right here on this button, and you'll be able to kind of edit it the same way you did this tip right here. And the reason why you did that is only because, well, the only reason this is like that is because when you came around with it, it was already a point. It wasn't an actual curve. So that's the reason why that is like that. Alrighty, that's probably good right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it alone at that. And what I'm gonna do right here is actually select this fill in tool, and I'm gonna hit Y and then fill it in. And then now what I'm gonna do is select the select tool. I want to just slide that, move it out of the way. And this one right here, I'm just going to delete it because I don't need it no more. And then you can probably zoom out now to kind of get the whole page. Then I'm going to put this in at the very top. And don't mind this border right here, because you ain't got to go by that at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a line. And what I'm going to do with this is actually just scale it somewhat to be about like you want it. It's about right there maybe. Yeah, about right there. Yeah, that should be good about right there. Now what I'm going to do is take this top right here, and I'm going to select it, and then duplicate it or copy and paste it, and then I'm just going to kind of put it to the side. Yeah. Take that and then also copy and paste it as well. Then I'm just going to take it and rotate it the opposite direction. Yeah, now what I'm going to do right here is actually take both of these. Actually, I'm not there. If I don't fix that, it's going to bug me. Alright, that should be good enough. Then just select both of those, and I'm going to copy and paste both of them. And then just kind of make it as even as possible. Then duplicate it again, and then just do it like so. Alrighty, yeah, that should be good enough right there. This is mainly just kind of show y'all how it's done, anyways. But right there, yeah, that's good enough. So just select all of that, and go right here to where the export tab is. Make sure that it's all selected, including the stem right there, and then just hit export as. You want to go to where all your files are saved. Just save it in those. I'm just going to do mine in the pictures, foliage. I actually think I created this on while I wasn't filming, but yeah, y'all can create your own folders to put all this stuff in. I'm just going to name this in wheat. Close enough, anyways. And then now what I'm going to do is actually delete everything. Actually, take that back. Don't delete everything. Delete these two and these two. And leave the stem along with these two petals right here. I'm actually going to scale this top petal up. Yeah, to scale it up a little bit, I'm going to copy and paste that. And then rotate it about like that, I reckon. Alright, then I'm going to copy and paste it again. But this time I'm going to rotate it opposite direction. It ain't exactly accurate, but it'll do. I'm going to copy and paste it again. Alrighty. It's not exactly accurate as far as lining it up, but it'll do for now. Yeah, that should be good right there. So just go ahead and save all of it. Export it as. And I'll do this in as flower. Alrighty. And for the final one, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to delete all of those. Just go ahead and delete those along with the stem, and then I'll delete one of the petals. Now rotate the one that you have left, kind of just rotate it a little bit. And what I'm going to do right here is just copy that, and I'm just going to spam it. Actually, I'm going to scale it down a little bit. That should be good right there. Just copy and paste it, and then just kind of spam it all over the place. It ain't got to be in no specific order or anything like that. And what this is going to be, this is actually going to be the leaves for the tree. Now right now it might not look like much, but you'll see here in a minute that it actually makes a big difference just doing this. Alrighty. Just make sure that none of them's touching each other or anything like that. So yeah, that should be good right there. Yeah, just export it as I'll do mine as leaves. Alright, and now what you can do is actually you can just minimize that and then go into Blender. And I've already got mine opened up or whatever, but I ain't done nothing in it. So to go ahead and add a plane and go to the front view, I'm going to rotate it on the x-axis 90 degrees. And zoom in and then just kind of move it up. Alrighty. And with that being done, now actually what you have to do is go and I'm just going to scale mine in on the x-axis. That's got to be done anyways, but go into edit mode and add in some loop cuts. Now this right here is only so that it'll have wind, and you also have to add Vertex Paint on it. So you have to do this either way it goes. So now what I'm going to do is actually go over here to where it says Vertex Paint and do it just like you did the previous one. So the top one, do all black, and then the next one I'm going to do 0.25. Yeah, do 0.25, and then just go on up from there, 0.5, and then the next one 0.75. There we go. Well. There we go. Now you can go back into the object mode because that's done with now. So now all we got to do now is go into actually go right here to where the selection tab is and go into shader editor and create a new one. Remember, you have to have the object selected to go into this. So now I'm gonna go over here to on my other screen. Well, I'll just do it right here. Go to where my photos is that we have all this stuff saved in. Pictures, foliage, and I'm just going to grab my wheat foliage for now. That's going to be the main one anyways, the wheat. I'm going to call it wheat. I'm actually going to add another one too. I'm going to call it flower. Alright, and the wheat, and then as far as the flower, I'm just going to go ahead and add it in. Delete that one off of it. Alrighty. So I'm going to do the wheat first, because there's not much you have to do to this one. So go back into the 3D viewport, and I'm just going to go into the front view, and you can also go to right here to where the shaders option at the viewport shader, and you can actually see exactly what we have going on right here. You can scale it to be about however you like, it feels right to you. I'm going to go about right there. Yeah, it's about right there, so I'm just going to leave it alone like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to leave that one in the middle. So I'm going to duplicate this one, go to the top view, and then I'm just going to duplicate this one and just duplicate them just however much you feel like you need. I ain't going to do too much on them because it's just not very natural if you just have a lot of them. There we go. Alrighty, I'm just going to select just a few of them. I ain't going to do the middle one on because that's the one I'm going to use to also do the wheat. Take this and back it up. Well, not the wheat, I meant the flour. I want to just scale those. Make sure to do it on the individual origins too. Just scale them down. Not that much down. Now I'm going to just take some more and just do them a different scale. Alright, that should be good right there. Now that is all for that one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and join those together, and make sure to join them together. If not, they ain't gonna export into Unreal, right? So yeah, just join them together, and now you can export that as FBX. Just go ahead and import it into it, or export it, I meant. Alrighty, and that's all for that one. So now what I want to do is actually go into edit mode, and I'm going to hit L to select all the main excess ones that wasn't there to begin with, and then I'm just going to delete all those. Yeah. I want to set the origin to geometry too. Alrighty, so now what I'm going to do is go back over into the shader editor, and I'm going to go to the flower. Now go back over into it, and you can kind of see what we got going here. So I'm going to go into edit mode. Now if you look right here, this actually, in order to make the top and bottom two different colors, we want the flower to be something like yellow or white, and then we want the rest of it to be green. So the way I want to fix this is actually we're going to color this top right here to be like white, and then the bottom to be green. So we actually need this right here to actually come down, or this to come up, either way. So how we're going to fix that is go to the UV editor and select all of it to where we can actually see what's going on. And I'm going to just select these. Select those and then just bring them up. Be about where we need it. About right there, I guess. Yeah, about right there would be good. So I'm just going to leave it alone at that. Alright, and then go back over into layout mode. And you can see right here that it kind of stretched that top out a little bit. So how we're going to fix that is just kind of bring these up a little bit. Be about like what we wanted. About right there, I'm guessing. Yeah, about right there should be good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is tap into object mode, and I'm going to duplicate. Actually, I gotta tell you, the flower is going to be the whole thing. So the only thing that was for like a reference image, but now we don't need it to be a reference image, so we can actually add another one. And this one right here, I'm just going to go ahead and assign it, and that is going to be the stem. Alrighty, but now if you go over to object mode, and I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate it and rotate it on the Z-axis 90 degrees, and there is our flower. Alrighty. Yeah, now all I'm going to do is just duplicate this a bunch. I guess I'm going to take that and join them together. Control J and then duplicate them. Duplicate that. Alright, and you can do the same thing as the other one, just kind of scale them down. Make sure to do it on individual origins too. Alrighty. And that should be all of it. So just go ahead and select all of those and hit Control J to join them. I'm going to now export it as a FBX. I'm going to call it flower. And now we can go back into Unreal. I already have mine opened up and everything. But go to where the trees is at, and then go to the material instance where we have both of the material instances, and then drag and drop wherever the folder is. Yeah, just drag and drop the leaves into that. Alrighty, and now we can actually open up that instance right there, and then just drag and drop the leaves into it. Yep. Alright. And as you can see right here, that right there just made a big difference as far as the leaves went, because it's not just all over the place and stuff like that. It actually looks like leaves. So that right there alone made a big difference in it. But now what I'm going to do is actually go to where the grass is at, and I'm going to import the two grass meshes that we have. Yeah, just import both of the grass meshes. Just import both of them. And right here, you actually want to make sure that the Vertex color import, it was ignore because I think the last thing that we did have ignore on it, like the trees. But for this, make sure to do the Vertex color replace. If not, the wind function will not work on it. So just hit import all. Well, I think that's good. Yeah, go back over to it, and you can see right here. We really don't need the two, like the stem color, all that. We really don't need all that stuff. So what I'm going to do now is actually go to where the material instances is at. And I'm actually going to take both of these colors and also import those into it. Yeah, now what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to make two more instances, or duplicate that one, make that flower inst, duplicate that one to make a flower stem instance, and a third one to make a wheat instance. Alrighty, and I'll just go ahead and open up all three of these. I'm just going to go ahead and do the flower instance first. Make sure that the opacity mask too is on. That way we can do it. Just import the flower. This is actually going to be the flower. So what I'm going to do right here is actually just, I'm going to bring everything and make it solid white. Just for right now. I'll probably change it later. Just doing it white so it'll stick out. Alrighty, and that is done. So now we can go to the stem. Just go ahead and do it. Get it over with. Do the flower, which is the same one. Actually, yeah, make sure that we got the stem selected, and do the opacity mask, and do that exact same one. Alrighty. For this one, I'm just gonna do it solid. I'll leave it alone for now. I might change it here in a little bit. Now for the wheat, I want to go ahead and just drag and drop it in there. Alright, and for this one right here, I'm actually going to do a more of a yellowish color. Alright, that should be good enough right there. Now if we go back to the actual grass, we can we'll select the grass and make sure to actually import the material instances that we just made. Make sure to put them all in there. This is the flower. No, this is the wheat. So you go ahead and import the wheat in. Yeah, you can see right here how it looks and all. We can just play around with the colors the best we can. I ain't gonna worry about that right now, but and then for the flower, go ahead and select it, and then make sure to put the top one in its right place, and then the bottom one. Yep, and there we go. Now I ain't gonna worry too much about. I ain't gonna put them in the actual landscape just yet. I might do that in one of the next videos or whatever. But well, actually, you could probably do that on your own, because I mean, all it is putting them in the slot and getting the right settings and stuff for it. But I think y'all can do that for it. Probably the next thing that I'm going to do is probably fix some of the lighting issues that's wrong with the grass and the trees too. I've noticed it a bunch in the trees. You can kind of see the glare in it. The same issue that we had with the landscape, it's in the trees and stuff as well. Yeah, you can see it big time over here. So that might be the next thing I do, along with some of the normal maps, like the rock normal map. You really can't see it too much, so I might kind of amplify that a little bit in the next video. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, and I'll see you on the next one.